Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Cricketic. We are expert expats here in Berlin and in India and all over the world. We have experts from. Today, we are gonna discuss about a great series that is going on, which is 1-1 right now in England. It's going on, and we have the third test in Lords, as we all know. I hope England would be releasing their lineup anytime soon. But today we have a new member in the panel, Abhishek Singh. How are you? And welcome
Good,
to the
good.
podcast. And just tell me,
Thanks.
how are you feeling about the India England series so far?
Super excited. I still am feeling that we could have been 2-0 up,
Hmm.
or we could have had the first match at least drawn 1-0. But yeah, mm, better late than never. I mean, 1-1 and getting into Lords, it's as exciting as it could get. So totally looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, mostly we all think that India is such an undefeated team in Test, and somehow we have been not winning so far in
Yeah,
Australia and in England
true.
as well first match, and we were not sure that how the new team would be transitioning. So there were
Yeah.
all types of doubts, and still like in second match, people were like, "This is again bad. Without Bumrah, we can never win."
Mm,
And yeah, I still believed. I was like, no, this is a good decision to play extra all-rounder and all the quicks they have, and it's good thing that you are
yeah,
giving Bumrah a rest. But people didn't
true.
believe, and they were like, no, no, we are going 2-0 down, and well, here we are, and we won. So Shoaib, what do you say? Was it really a nice call of letting Bumrah rest, or do you have still option like opinions?
See, I personally liked it because playing first, third, and fifth game, it was good, giving enough workload to other bowlers. And what if without Shami wala scenario, we didn't want it to have again.
Hmm.
So now we are seeing that there is an Akashdeep who is there. There may be some Arshdeep Singh coming forward. So in a country of 130 crore people, if you are just dependent on Bumrah,
Hmm.
I think that means you are just being lazy, and we have seen in the batting. If you means it's not just right now. If you see the Gaba victory, there wasn't any big popular face there. Even Rohit Sharma wasn't in the best form, or he was a big contributor, or even Rahane wasn't that big contributor in the
Hmm.
Gaba test.
Hmm.
And they were like Natarajan, Sundar, and Shardul, who were, I think, debuting or just had one game experience, and they won us the game
Yeah, yeah.
along with young Pant and young Gill. So that shows, and Justin Langer that time also said that never underestimate a country of 130 crore people. So I was quite optimistic, and to be honest, it wasn't like our batting was so good, and we are replacing Jimmy Anderson with some Josh Tongue, or we are replacing Mitchell Stark with some Bo Webster or something.
Hmm.
So it wasn't like that. Our number four wasn't performing. Our number one wasn't performing, and we have seen the difference when we brought fresh legs. I completely agree. Keith was not very deadly, but there is a reality that the world's best Test cricketer right now wasn't able to score a single century on this pitch.
Hmm.
So it's not that easy as well that you can go and just score 150
Yeah.
and 200 runs. And there were Chris Walks, there were some decent bowlers. It's not like it's basically their backyard. So ऐसा नहीं है कि they are missing Jimmy Anderson or Jofra Archer. Our people also took 20 wickets, and the biggest problem which I used to hear in last few England series was that our players don't have the capacity to score 50 plus runs, the big 50s, or one or two having 100 kind of score. Now we
Hmm.
are seeing that we had 500s in the first test. So I think for me, it it's not just one game or two game. It's a WTC cycle
Yeah.
where we are focusing. And if we have players who can score 100 in England, here we are going to play the next final as well, probably. So I think overall, first one is also a good upgrade for us, and gave us the way forward. and I think 1-1. I would say it's pretty good for in India's favor.
Yeah, because that's what we were discussing last time on the group, maybe not on the podcast, but like it's about taking 20 wickets. And I was really, I said this sentence that England took 20 wickets with just normal bowling attack. So it's all about the captaincy as well and the team decisions and strategy and
I
all.
think just to add one thing which I missed, like the fielding in the first test, if it would have been even
Yeah,
70% up to the mark,
you'd have
Yeah.
won.
like in the second, means I rarely see any dropped catch
Hmm.
a sitter in the second test.
Yeah,
So if
second
we had
test.
this
We had
slip
a few, but
quadrant,
it's fine. We,
they were not like very easy one, like
yeah.
Yeah,
the
they
one
were
that
hard.
one
They were
was making.
droppable. Yeah. Yeah.
So that way means I think if our fielding was good, even the bowlers in the first test gave us enough chances, including Siraj.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and Akashdeep, like Abhishek, tell me your views on Akashdeep. How did he bowl? What did you expect him to bowl like this, or is it?
Seriously, I just love him. I mean, I watched him first. I frankly I haven't seen him bowling in Ranji, just some YouTube highlights, not live. But the first time was, I think you guys also were introduced to last year when he played against England,
Yeah.
and I think it was Rajkot or Ranchi match where he took top three wickets from the top, right?
Mhm.
And the good thing what I like is because of him we are at least not going to miss Sami for some time, right?
Yeah.
Because he is exact same representation of what Sami does, exact way he holds the ball. In fact, if you notice when he holds the ball and look at the gap between the palm and the ball,
Mm.
it's actually too big. And
Ah.
somewhere someone was discussing that because Asians and South Asians are not heavily built like Aussies and Brits,
Mm.
so their palms are smaller. So Asians, especially Indians, always complained about that. When we hold this, we always have to hold the ball like this,
Ah.
and he holds it like this, like Shami, because he has always practiced. I heard one of his videos that he has always practiced to keep it distant from the palm, so that he can apply the effect of fingers. So that maturity at such a young age, he started with tennis ball, as you all know, right? And the maturity, the family thingy that he told about in the last, after winning the taking the 10 wickets, it all adds up to such a beautiful story. I'm seriously looking forward to, as much
Yeah.
as I'm looking forward to Bumrah, I'm also looking forward to him, that how he is going to, because why am I hopeful is that if he did that on Indian pitches, I was pretty sure that he's going to create havoc in the second test, and he did, right?
Yeah.
And now
Exactly.
Lord's test, the good thing is that if you notice for the left-handers, he is menacing.
Yeah.
He
For
takes
Duckett,
the ball away
especially.
and yeah, takes the ball away and takes the ball in as well.
Yeah. Now
So
he's the greatest batsman. Right.
exactly, and I think he is going to use the slope very well to do that.
Yeah.
So we will have to see who is bowling from nursery and who is bowling from pavilion, and I think Gill is going to rotate both Bumrah and
Yeah.
Akashdeep.
This is
So yeah,
a new thing that you mentioned, like smaller grip for Asians and
yeah,
bigger. I mean, yeah. I mean, for Indians, maybe there are some other advantages as well for smaller
exactly.
grip. But yeah, like
Yeah,
in general, let's say these strategies help us, and the pace
yes,
at
definitely.
which Akashdeep bowls
Yeah,
is also greater than Shami's now. Like
yes,
prime Shami, you can say
exactly.
that is what he's bowling right now.
Yeah,
And
I mean, we have just seen, I think he has played 4 or 5 matches. In Australia, if you go by his figures, it may show you the wicket column is empty. But if you remember, there were many almost edges going to the keeper, right?
mhm.
And even Steve Smith said that, oh God, Akash Deep is very good bowler. He was just unlucky today. I think he missed an edge, and the figures won't tell you the story, but he was very good in Australia as well. He just played 2 matches. The only thing that we did not do right was we played him in Gaba instead of Adelaide. Gaba we needed hit the deck, and we played
Pink ball
Harshit in
test.
Adelaide. So I think we
We didn't
needed the
play.
switch.
Ah,
Harshit was needed to be played in Gaba and he was needed to be played in Adelaide, but that didn't happen. But if I just see those 4 or 5 matches so far that he has played, I don't want to jinx it. He looks even better than Shami of what Shami looked in his first 4 or 5 tests.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
like
Yeah. So
Bumrah comes in
one thing
and
I
hmm,
remember.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying like most probable change is like Prashit Krishna goes out and Bumrah comes in, and
I
the
think so
pace
too.
attack looks deadly menacing like
Yeah,
Shiraj, Bumrah, and Akashdeep. So that would be good.
Yeah, I think what I noticed about Akashdeep this time in the last test was that he found the crack and he utilized it really
yeah,
well. Second thing which was Abhishek was mentioning. So in the initial series of Shami, he used to do a lot of swings. So the degree of turn was too much that it was missing edges, and that's something which Akashdeep didn't have. And I think that is the reason it can be more lethal for English players because they are gonna have more edges than
yeah,
if Shami means now he was much matured, but in the initial phase of Shami's career, he used to swing a lot,
Hmm.
and that was one of the reasons that you look, wow, what a ball, but it doesn't touch and just goes to the wicket keeper.
Yeah. All right. So we have another member in the panel today, Rohan Jain. Please show yourself. So, Rohan, tell us how you're feeling about the test so far, and what do you think about the Lord's test?
Yeah, like I've been like just watching the highlights as I didn't get time to see the whole match,
Yeah.
but really excited as it's tied now and a highlight seems to be pretty interesting. And the short reels for Rishabh Pant's stump mic scenarios.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was quite interesting. And I think this is the first time there is no Rohit, no Virat, right?
Yeah.
And test. So let's and Virat, it's a 5 match series, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So let's see how the third test pans out. But I'm not very like like expert like you guys. You were
It's
discussing the grips and all. I saw like 10 minutes and that too seeing Shubman's celebration and all. So I'm not sure I will be able to
yeah.
contribute.
So,
It's just
as a fan of cricket, how do you feel when Shubman Gill being the newest captain and he hit like 400 runs in the test, 400 plus runs?
Yeah, it's yeah, as I think I heard Rohit's interview like
Hmm.
quite years back where he said these guys are fearless and they don't care ki, how I'm going to perform, they just need to contribute for the team. So
Hmm.
Shubman, Yashashvi, they don't look like beginners or rookies. They are like seasoned players who
Yeah.
are smashing these guys on foreign pitches crazily. So I'm like they are like my age or even younger, were year younger to me, and it's crazy to see these guys perform without having any experience captaincy. But yeah, Jadeja's role is there.
Yeah, he's also pitching in with runs whenever
Yeah.
needed. Like whenever the team is down,
Yeah.
somehow like both Washi and Jadeja they contributed. I'm really
Yeah.
not concerned about spinners taking the wickets, but Shoaib, I want to know कि like हमारे पर्सपेक्टिव से कैसा लग रहा है कि कैप्टन अगर शुभमन गिल है तो अब ये डिसीजन सही लग रहा है या फिर अभी भी कुछ डाउट्स है एज एज अ कैप्टनसी पर्सपेक्टिव बिकॉज 5 मैच का सीरीज है ऐसा नहीं कि चलो 1-1 जीत गए तो अभी भी सीरीज नहीं जीते हैं सो कैप्टनसी विल बी अ बिग फैक्टर.
See, यहाँ पे I think there were few occasions. You see, it's his first series and that too in an away series. So it's not like many other captains have won the series. Even the great Virat Kohli never won a Test series in England. So I don't want to go by comparison, but yeah, the kind of things which he could have done better was uh, maybe like even though you pre-decide the slip quadrant, but if you see
Mm.
Yashasvi doing this, you might want to change a little bit there. There may be some more better strategy or planning you could have for fifth day for Jadeja. And when he was set, he could have tried at least in the first inning to go for 550, 600. So
Mm.
it's not completely Shubman's fault, but there may be some way you can convey those messages that what I'm aiming for. especially during the fieldings. It's not like he's doing anything worst or like it's very stupid and all. But yeah, I think after seeing him in the this season's Gujarat Titans IPL, I didn't have much doubt that he want to be a good captain and all.
Hmm.
And overall, see, realistically, we had three clear choices. It could be Gill or Pant or Bumrah. And considering the time and the kind of certainty that he is going to play for a lot many years,
Hmm.
it was sure that Gill will play. There was some doubts on his overseas record, but I think he has proved it, and skills was already there. There was nobody who said that Shubman Gill doesn't have the skill.
Yeah.
But if the main question was that whenever there was a big match, even recently we saw like the Champions Trophy and the World Cup
WTC
final
final.
and WTC finals. So he's yet to perform on such big stage, but at least this series is giving us that hope that he's meant to look at when we जहाँ मैटर बड़े होते हैं वहाँ
हाँ,
शुभमन गिल खड़े
क्योंकि
होते
अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि कैप्टनसी मिलने के बाद अलग ही खेल रहा है वो। पहले मतलब थोड़ा
हैं.
डरा हुआ खेल रहा था, ऐसा लग रहा था।
Especially जो first inning था second test का, if you see like we were not at all a good position even to score 300 plus runs,
हम्म।
but because of Shubman's inning we had 500 plus, so he clearly made the difference.
या सो लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट सेगमेंट। लाइक अभिषेक, हमें बताइए आप कि आपको इंग्लिश टीम में कौन से चेंजेस दिख रहे हैं, या फिर किससे हमें बच के रहना चाहिए नेक्स्ट मैच में लॉर्ड्स में, बिकॉज द पिच वुड बी डिफरेंट, स्लोप्स है,
Yes,
बहुत सारे
yes,
एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स है जो अफेक्ट कर सकते हैं क्रिकेट को।
yes. इंग्लिश टीम में उन्होंने अनाउंस तो कर दिया है, राइट?
आई अभी तक आया नहीं उनके ऑफिशियल,
नहीं
मैं
नहीं, आ
देखता
गया,
हूँ।
अनाउंस कर
ओके।
दिया है। सिर्फ एक चेंज हुआ है, जोफ्रा आर्चर आया है टंग के स्वैप करके, टंग को स्वैप करके। रोहन, यू आर फाइन विथ हिंदी एज वेल, राइट?
Yeah, yeah,
या
ओके
no
ओके।
issue.
तो ये थोड़ी सी मुझे ये चीज़ समझ में नहीं आई कि उन्होंने टंग को क्यों निकाला, बिकॉज टंग ही था जो हमारा टेल साफ कर दे रहा था, राइट?
अच्छा है अपने लिए तो।
एंड दूसरी दूसरी चीज़ है कि ब्राइडन कार्स के टो में चोट लगा है और उसका ऑपरेशन हुआ था।
हम्म।
तो ब्राइडन कार्स पहले ही पेन में था, तो इट वाज वेरी ऑब्वियस कि ब्राइडन कार्स नहीं खेलेगा, बट सरप्राइजिंगली टंग आ गया है। और वोक्स को उन्होंने लिया है उसके लॉर्ड्स के रिकॉर्ड्स के चलते। वोक्स ने हमारे अगेंस्ट 100 भी मारा है 2018 में, और उसका रिकॉर्ड अच्छा है। बट समहाउ व्हाइल वाचिंग द सेकंड टेस्ट आई फेल्ट लाइक वोक्स इज ओवरकुक्ड।
हम्म।
वो 120 पे डाल रहा था बॉल मोस्टली, और कभी कभी तो 110 पे भी डाल रहा था। और एंड में तो ऐसा हो गया था कि वो बोल रहा था कि मेरे को बॉल क्यों दे रहे हो भाई, वैसा मुंह बनाया था उसने कि वो पूरा, अब एज इज ऑल्सो कैचिंग अप, 35 प्लस। तो थोड़ी सी मुझे टायर्ड बॉलिंग दिख रही है बिकॉज ऑफ वोक्स एंड कार्स। जोफ्रा गुड एडिशन ऑब्वियसली, बट द ओनली प्रॉब्लम कुड बी कि जोफ्रा को लेंथ कितना जल्दी मिलेगा, बिकॉज वी मस्ट नॉट फॉरगेट दैट जोफ्रा का हम जब भी यूट्यूब पे हाइलाइट्स देखते हैं या कभी भी उसके ग्रेटेस्ट टेस्ट इनिंग्स की बात करते हैं, तो 2019 का लॉर्ड्स है और उसको 6 साल हो गया, राइट? और उसने 4 साल से ऑलमोस्ट टेस्ट नहीं खेला है। तो मे बी ही कैन पिक द लेंथ बिकॉज इट्स हिज होम ग्राउंड, बट इट कुड बी दैट वो अपना स्पीड कट करके फेंकेगा, क्योंकि 2019 में और अभी में बहुत डिफरेंस है। उस टाइम उसने स्टीव स्मिथ के सर पे मार दिया था और उस टाइम उसकी पेस थी
हाँ।
150, और उसका रिस्ट ऑपरेशन के बाद उसको डॉक्टर बोला था कि 140 के ऊपर के क्लिक्स मत करना, इसलिए वो टेस्ट नहीं खेल रहा था। तो what is exciting is to see what is the pace that Jofra is going to use. Another thing you guys have already noticed maybe that the they have uh, shown the photo of the surface, right?
या
And थोड़ा
इट्स
उस पे
ग्रीन पिच।
ग्रीन दिख रहा है, बट देन मैं I'm going back to the Perth test last year, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में। उस पे याद है पहले दिन एकदम ऐसे ही ग्रीन दिख रहा था। शुरू में केएल राहुल और यशस्वी जायसवाल ने बहुत अच्छे से बचा के खेला था, और उसके बाद डे 3 पे तो वो रोड बन गया था पूरा, जिसमें कोहली ने सेंचुरी मारा था, मतलब इतना इजीली मार दिया था, स्वीप वगैरह भी मारा था एक दो बार।
क्योंकि
तो
वो कोहली है, बाकी बाकी
हाँ
सब प्लेयर्स फंसते
हाँ,
हैं।
बट दूसरे दिन से वो थोड़ा सा डोसाइल हो गया था, पिच थोड़ा इजी हो
नहीं
गया
नहीं,
था।
5 साल से कोहली भी वही दूसरे प्लेयर से जैसे ही है।
हाँ, ऑफ में लगा के चल दे रहा है वो उस
हाँ,
टाइप
वो
का हो
तो
गया था
पता
उसका।
नहीं उसका
Last four
मेंटालिटी का कुछ।
centuries on Pata wickets only, like
हाँ, ट्रू ट्रू,
Ahmedabad में
लास्ट थ्री
पाटा
एक्चुअली,
दूसरा।
लास्ट थ्री। पर्थ वाला वेस्ट इंडीज में जो मारा था वो भी पाटा था, और अहमदाबाद में तो फेदर बेड था,
अहमदाबाद वाला। हाँ।
तो किसी काम का नहीं था, वो
तो
बट
पाकिस्तान था पूरा।
इवन अभी जो
हाँ,
रिसेंट एग्जांपल हम देख ले कि डब्ल्यूटीसी फाइनल हुआ था, उसमें भी ऐसा हुआ था कि फर्स्ट 2 दिन ऐसा हुआ कि बहुत
राइट,
खतरनाक पेस पर
हाँ,
पड़ रहा
एग्जैक्टली,
है और बॉल
एग्जैक्टली।
कहाँ जा रहा है पता नहीं, और थर्ड
हाँ,
डे
फिर
पे एकदम।
मिचेल स्टार्क 50 मारा।
राइट राइट। तो अगर थोड़ी सी बारिश हो जाती है, अगर थोड़ी सी भी, और लॉर्ड्स का हेल्प मिलता है, तो आई एम फोर सीइंग कि फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में दोनों टीम के रन थोड़े कम बन सकते हैं। आई थिंक ज्यादा रन सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनेंगे, जो डब्ल्यूटीसी फाइनल में हुआ है।
या
तो अगर हम टॉस जीते तो नो ब्रेनर है, बॉलिंग लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि जितना भी ग्रास है उसको यूज करना चाहिए।
प्लस द बॉलिंग अटैक वी हैव, सो
एग्जैक्टली, द बॉलिंग अटैक दैट वी हैव। और हमें कोशिश करना चाहिए उनको 150 में ऑल आउट कर दें क्योंकि ये एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज हो जाएगा। और फिर आराम से हम सेकंड, और अगर हमारी फर्स्ट बैटिंग आती है तो अगेन केएल राहुल स्टाइल ऑफ अप्रोच, थोड़ा हमें 10 ओवर तक बॉल को पुराना करना होगा। 10 ओवर में बस मुझे 15 रन चाहिए, बस, उससे ज्यादा नहीं। लेकिन उसके बाद जायसवाल अपना काम कर सकता है। तो आई एम एक्साइटेड टू सी, क्योंकि हम लगातार 2 टॉस तो हार चुके हैं, शायद ये जीत जाएं लॉ ऑफ
या
एवरेज हो जाए। तो
शुभन।
आई एम श्योर कि गिल बॉलिंग लेने वाला है।
ऑलराइट।
तो यस, लेट्स सी।
Also, Rohan, who is your favorite player right now in the current team?
Uh, I think Rishabh Pant
Rishabh Pant.
because like what's your take on Rishabh Pant? I just want to know about the panel.
Yeah, I mean, he plays what he plays because even for LSG he did the same thing. Like when he hit runs, then he hits like 120 plus in no time. So that's what he plays. So yeah, I think एक प्लेयर तो ऐसा होना चाहिए टीम में जो मतलब जाके बस मारे, बाकी सब उसके आसपास खेल सकते हैं अच्छे से। तो
Yeah, like
हम्म
for me, it's just it's exciting कि I have never seen a player who plays like it's a T20 or a 50-50 match.
हम्म
और वही कि वो he is very careless at time कि where we are dependent on him. पर वही है कि फन के लिए कोई देख रहा है कि भाई क्या करना है 2 घंटे तो वॉच ऋषभ पंत इधर हेल मेक और ब्रेक की पूरा फॉल ही कर देगा। टीम अगर डिपेंडेंट है तो दिन होगा तो ऋषभ पंत मतलब रोहित ऑल्सो सेड गाबा मैच था या देयर वाज वन टेस्ट दैट सिंगल हैंडेडली ऋषभ पुल्ड
या
इट ऑफ राइट
गावा
अर्लियर
ही
सो
या
होगा, बट उसमें
गावा
गिल का भी था थोड़ा पार्ट।
ओके
वो पूरे
हाँ
सीरीज में वो
बट
काफी अच्छा
इट्स
खेला था।
पंत
हाँ,
एंड
राइट।
या
उसने बताया था, रोहित शर्मा ने बोला था कि जीतने के बाद पंत ने पूछा था कि ऐसा क्या कर दिया मैंने। तो
या
रोहित शर्मा ने बोला था, राइट, कि
राइट राइट
तुझे अभी नहीं
तुझे भी
समझ
नहीं
में आ
पता
रहा है, हाँ, तुझे
हाँ
2 साल बाद समझ
राइट
में आएगा।
राइट
तो
राइट
या,
या
और एक उससे एक और जुड़ी हुई कहानी बताता हूँ मैं। रवि शास्त्री ने, जब हमारा डे 5 शुरू होने वाला था, तो ओपन करने जा रहे थे गिल और शर्मा, और जाते ही शर्मा आउट हो गया था। तो ओपन करने जाने से पहले जब सुबह का ड्रिल्स चल रहा था, तो रवि शास्त्री ने ओवर हियर करा था कि पंत और गिल आपस में बात कर रहे थे कि यार ये जीतने का ट्राई करते हैं। तो रवि शास्त्री बोला कि मैं उनको कुछ नहीं बोला, क्योंकि मेरे मन में था कि भाई ड्रॉ भी कर लें बहुत बड़ी बात है, ये दोनों जीतने की बात कर रहे हैं। तो दैट्स व्हाट शोज की जो यंगर जनरेशन है वो टेस्ट अब ड्रॉ के लिए नहीं खेलेगा। इट्स लाइक जैसे बेसबॉल वाले बोलते हैं हमेशा, तो वो वाला चीज़ है। लेकिन एट टाइम्स कभी कभी आता है कि टेस्ट को बचाना पड़ता है, जैसे हमने सिडनी में बचाया था जस्ट उसके एक टेस्ट पहले, राइट, तभी जाके हम 2-1 जीत पाए, वरना हार जाते तो फिर ड्रॉ हो जाता सीरीज। तो या, रियली एक्साइटिंग प्लेयर पंत। अ, अगर आप लोग अगर अश्विन का चैनल फॉलो करते हो, तो अश्विन ने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बोली है, आज आज ही वाले वीडियो में बोली है शायद, या पिछले वाले में भी बोली थी, कि आई नो कि पंत इज सुपरस्टार और वो बहुत तेज खेलेगा, लेकिन किसी किसी दिन ना उसको इंग्लैंड को के ईगो को चैलेंज करना होगा। किसी किसी दिन दिखाना होगा ना कि देख मैं 110 पे खेल रहा हूँ, बट मैं आज अपनी विकेट नहीं दूंगा,
हम्म
आज मैं तेरे को ब्लॉक करूंगा
ओ
बस।
हाँ, उसने लास्ट
हाँ,
लास्ट टाइम बोला था ये चीज़ कि
एग्जैक्टली,
इवन दो तुम 150 भी पहुंच जाओ फिर भी खेलो, तुम फिर भी
एग्जैक्टली,
खेलो।
क्योंकि पहला टेस्ट याद है, पहले में ठीक है फील्डिंग हमने बहुत खराब करी थी, लेकिन हमारा 2 कोलैप्स हुआ था दोनों इनिंग्स में, राइट। और जब 400 बना था ना, तो लगा था जैसे ऋषभ पंत और गिल
Hmm.
दोनों कंप्लेसेंट हो गए थे। गिल ने एक हवा में मारा, आउट हो गया, उसको लगा इनफ रन है। फिर
हाँ.
पंत भी वही करा, उसने भी वही करा। तो हम वो 600 बना सकते थे इजीली, शायद वो भी जीत जाते। तो अश्विन ने वही बात बोली कि इतना बैटिंग करो ना, इतना बैटिंग करो ना, इंग्लैंड को तुम 2 दिन दो, 2 दिन में 2 बार ऑल आउट हो जाएगा। तो प्ले विथ इंग्लिश ईगो,
Yeah.
दैट्स इट। वही करना है पंत को अभी।
Shoaib, on Rishabh Pant, your favorite.
Yeah, I think, see, personally, I feel like he has proven himself in Test cricket, T20, and rest of wide ball, that's a different matter. I don't even consider him to be in the main team because there are more capable players, to be honest. But yeah, in Test, I think so far I have seen a lot of like wicket keeper in India, including MS Dhoni, DK, Parthiv Patel. Before that, I didn't know who used to play. But among all this lot, there is
And
only one wicketkeeper who actually goes like this, and he doesn't just is not just there because he can keep. And you need a wicketkeeper who is good with spinners in Indian pitches and
hmm.
all those sort of things. He actually proves that yeah, he is the one who is needed for the batting. And I think one thing which Ashwin also mentioned that you would have never seen Pant is struggling against in
Yeah,
his defense,
yeah.
which we see in most of the basketball players like Harry Brook and Jamie Smith. We have seen in the last inning that they actually had to attack just to the 200 runs they scored. That was just pure attack. They can't defend the way Joe Root does. So
Hmm.
I think that is not the case with Pant, but yeah, Pant has to understand that he did it. Like I think in the second test or second inning of the first test, he was just hitting and he was not able to connect, and he just talked to himself that what are you doing? He played first full
Mm,
session in defense and then he started
mm,
attacking. So I think he just have to be a bit more calculating now. I don't know like if Pant has that nature to those kind of things, but he's playing at five, and there may be times when he has to play till a player of number nine, number 10, and
Hmm.
that time you can't just attack. You have to be very cunning in taking those singles and defending rest four balls because they know like what is the nature of Pant, and they will try to play with his ego. So yeah, I think if he just brings that kind of maturity, I think he has the possibility to become one of the greatest batsmen, not just a wicketkeeper batsman in Test cricket of Indian
Yeah,
history.
because the same thing I think like maybe still Pant is still thinking that he's the younger player in that team and he can do anything.
Yeah.
He's now a senior player in the team as
He's the
per
vice captain
test.
now.
So so maybe he has to go into that frame of mind and
mm.
then him and Gill can take some responsibility even though Gill is not senior, but maybe now he has a seniority role in the team. So yeah.
Yes.
And what about the Indian changes? What do you think Indian changes can be apart from Krishna and Bumrah swap? Nitish Kumar Reddy and Karun Nair, they both have their places very in danger. So anyone else can join them, or what do you guys think?
I think either like bring back Darshan for Reddy, uh, and means you have to decide. You can't just change Karun Nair every time that he can be playing at three and then six. He is already struggling with his position,
Hmm.
and that's an injustice to him. Uh, Jurel is also good at lower order, so
Yeah.
you can think of Jurel. He is more experienced.
He can
I
play as
think
keeper as well because I really don't trust Rishabh Pant's keeping skills because he has dropped a few and maybe
uh,
he's not paying attention much. But fine, I
yeah, and
guess.
he came out of a big accident, so you also have to look for Rishabh Pant's workload management because
Hmm.
many times when he walks, I feel like anytime he can sustain an injury. He doesn't walk like a proper player, uh, and that is the issue I have seen. Although he is doing a lot of hard work and playing so big innings and keeping for so many hours, but he is a key player for us. So that is one thing, but I think this series he is definitely gonna play. So Jurel can come as a pure batsman, or they can decide because I don't know Pant how good a fielder Pant is, but Jurel is definitely a good fielder as well.
Yeah.
And I think in Sundar, then if Jurel is coming, then I think you can think of uh, bringing Kuldeep or Shardul for Sundar,
Hmm.
depending on what kind of bowling you need. Because obviously, if we get a Pata pitch, or if our bowlers have to bowl for long hours, overs, we need some player who can bowl long spell. This time we had Sundar and Jadeja, so we need either Shardul and Jadeja to support, or Kuldeep and Jadeja.
Hmm. And Abhishek, what do you think? What changes should be?
I think they will go with Karun for the third test. Uh, More than batting, I think they will go with him because of his fielding, because of his catches, because he looks like a clean hands in the first slip. तो वो एक उसका एडवांटेज है. दूसरा, ही हैज लुक्ड मिडलिंग, मतलब ऐसा भी लग रहा था कभी कभी कि अरे आज 50 बना लेगा, और कभी कभी लग रहा था कि वो ना उसका थोड़ा वो लेग साइड की तरफ खुल के खेलता है वो. तो अगर ऑफ में कोई बॉल निप अवे कर रही है ना,
Hmm.
तो बहुत चांसेस है कि वो एज दे देगा जैसे वो आउट
हाँ,
हुआ था.
जैसे आउट हुआ था, स्लिप
एग्जैक्टली.
आउट में।
तो उसका वो थोड़ा सा टेंटेटिव है, बट आई थिंक व्हाई दे विल गिव हिम, बिकॉज अब अगर उसको ड्रॉप किए तो उसका करियर खत्म. एंड साई सुदर्शन या किसी और यंग खिलाड़ी के साथ है, अभी ड्रॉप का मतलब तुम्हारा करियर अभी है. इट्स ओके, हम
No,
तुम्हें कंडीशन.
I was actually talking about replacing Nitish Reddy. Tarun is gonna play the way he's playing.
या या
Instead of Nitish Reddy, it could be Jurel or Sai.
Hmm.
यस. एंड नीतीश रेड्डी वाला मुझे इसलिए थोड़ा कम लग रहा है बिकॉज इट विल बी अगेन लाइक वन टेस्ट टू साई, वन टेस्ट टू एनकेआर, एंड अगेन वन टेस्ट टू जुरेल. तो मुझे लग रहा है जस्ट बिकॉज दे हैव वन द सेकंड मैच,
Hmm.
they would try to go with the same combination. Only बुमराह obviously walks in any team. तो बुमराह के जगह किसके जगह आएगा? तो आई थिंक प्रसिद्ध, अनफॉर्चुनेटली, अगर तो ये बहुत डेडली पिच होता, और मौसम अभी दिखा रहा है फोरकास्ट की 5 दिन धूप है ऑलमोस्ट,
Hmm.
लेकिन मौसम अगर क्लाउडी होता, तो आई वुड गो ऑन टू से कि वो प्रसिद्ध और बुमराह हो सकता है दोनों को खिलाते. क्योंकि लास्ट टाइम हम जब लॉर्ड्स में जीते थे 2021 में, तो हमारे चारों पेसर्स थे, शमी, बुमराह, ईशांत और सिराज. चारों थे और चारों काम आए थे. तो आई थिंक मैं जो देख रहा हूँ, ओनली वन चेंज, प्रसिद्ध गोज, बुमराह कम्स इन. लेकिन बहुत लोग ये भी कहेंगे कि इफ यू ट्रस्ट योर बैटिंग, इफ यू कैन मेक 600 रन्स, व्हाई नॉट वॉशिंगटन की जगह कुलदीप को ले आओ.
Hmm.
बट आई थिंक गंभीर और गिल कल पिच देख के ही ये डिसाइड करने वाले हैं, उसके
Yeah.
पहले नहीं.
आई थिंक वो पिच का एनालिसिस भी लास्ट गेम में उन्होंने किया था, लास्ट डे पे शायद किया था, एंड
यस.
दे वर राइट एंड प्रिडिक्टिंग. सो
एंड
या
एंड
दे हिट
दे
द
कैन
क्रैक्स.
ऑलरेडी सी दैट इंग्लैंड इज पेइंग ओनली 3 क्विक्स और एक बेन स्टोक्स. तो दे वोंट प्ले 4 क्विक्स बिकॉज दे नो कि अब ये अपना विकेट तो जानते ही है कैसा है, तो हम भी 3 क्विक्स ही खेलेंगे, एक ऑलराउंडर रखेंगे. तो शार्दुल का बहुत लोग कह रहे थे एनकेआर की जगह, बट इट विल बी अगेन लाइक कि एक बार निकाल रहे हैं एक बार रख रहे हैं. एनकेआर को वन मैच में कैसे जज कर सकते हैं? यस, फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में वो बहुत गंदा आउट हुआ था, बट आई थिंक दे विल गिव हिम वन मोर मैच.
एंड
See, the way I see Gautam Gambhir, even from his KKR captaincy days, he is not a player who go by the Dhoni model that don't change when you are winning. He goes by the situation model. So even in Chepauk final 2012, he dropped Balaji because he felt like he is not suitable for today's condition. So it's not like he is judging Reddy and he scored 1 run, that's why he's dropping. What I feel is like if they feel they need more bowling depth, then Reddy, then Shardul is better than Reddy. So that is the only situation. If they need a pure betting and they feel like these uh, two spin all rounders and three passers can do it for us, then they will go for somebody like a Jurel or a Sai Sudarshan. So they will obviously assess the situation and then make a decision. But I don't see like just because they won the match, they are not going to make changes even if situation persists for them because Gautam Gambhir has that nature, and I don't think he is gonna make a lot of questions on why not playing him or that person because I think right now such kind of decision is definitely being taken by Gambhir. Is what I think.
all right. And also, Rohan, what do you think? if you know any changes, if will be possible, or do you want from your side any changes?
No, I think, yeah, I'm not, I don't have any thoughts on this
So okay,
particular.
so tell me your series prediction. Can you predict like out of five series, how many you are winning or England is winning?
I think it's going to be 3-2 with India winning.
India winning
Uh,
3-2. Nice.
yeah, I'm, yeah, it's like guess I'm making with the current attitude of the team, seeing the fearlessness, or it will go like 4-1. So it's like
So
two-way.
so tell me one thing. So I'll write everyone's
3-2,
down,
3-2.
and then we'll see
3-2.
after the series ends who was correct. We do that
India
for IPL
3-2.
as well. Only one guy won out of the 15-20 people who predicted. So like
Oh,
yeah, tell me
yeah, I would say 3-2.
3-2.
India winner.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And Shoaib, your prediction?
I think 3-2 England winning because they already had planned to have two green pitches. They initially they were talking about it, and they didn't give single green pitch till now because they won the first test on flat wicket. So I think if they win Lords, they are definitely gonna give us more green pitches, and Gus Atkinson is gonna come. I am more worried about Atkinson than Archer, to be honest. So I think they may win two more games, and India can win one more. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, I think draw is now both the teams are not looking for draw, so it's very difficult to see that that is happening unless there is rain in one of the match. If we are getting full 5 days for rest three test, I think two England, one India. So it will be 3-2.
Hmm. All right. So Abhishek, what are your predictions?
I think it's going to be 2-all.
2-all.
Yeah, I think the Manchester test will be washed away. Because Old Trafford, it's history of Old Trafford that always there is a rain in on 2 days of the test match, and I somehow feel that it's still forecasted. It could change because there is still 15 days to go, but I somehow feel that Lord's test will be won by England, Manchester will be washed, and Oval will be won by India.
All right.
Just
Okay.
a wild hunch.
I think maybe when the series started, I was like 3-2 as well, India's favor. But now I feel like maybe 3-1 with India winning three games and one England and one draw.
I hope
So
I'm wrong.
yeah, maybe
I wish you were right.
just to be different from everyone, so that I'm not
Yes.
doing the same as Rohan is. So we have all three, four different prediction, and in the next podcast as well, those who come, I will keep taking their as well. Uh, but yeah, this was great, and also just a quick note on the slope conditions. Like in WTC, this slope was discussed so
Yeah.
much. I had no idea about all this, that you can't see one position from another position in the field.
Yes.
So do you think that India is still equipped to all this, because this team is too new to cope up with all these conditions, and we are already struggling in some areas? So do you think that this test can be like a different
Mhm.
one? Yeah, run.
Yeah, so is it like the literal slope you guys are saying? It's like this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. It's like this. So from deep mid wicket to deep square, like you can't see uh, each other.
Half
So
of the
how
match.
BCCI or like ICC like ticked off this stadium? Like
No,
it's like a disc.
it has been this since like ages, and they have kept it
Yeah,
the
like
same.
the Lords,
They don't.
they
Don't,
sorry, go ahead, sure.
no, no, you go ahead.
Okay, it's like the Lords has always said that it's our custom, and we are not going to doctor the ground or pitch. It always has been like this. And if you are in the leg side, and if you are in the off side, and if you're laying on the ground on the off side, then sometimes you will just see the head of the fielder
God,
standing here. Yeah. So and ICC can do nothing because
Hmm.
ICC is quite a new body compared to Lord's cricket ground, right?
God.
And
Yeah.
think somehow I also feel that it should stay that way, because every ground, if every ground is similar, it doesn't bring any other
Yeah.
feature into the equation, right? It's good to have some ground offering something. And as far as you asked, I think Bumrah and Siraj are okay with it because they are playing. Bumrah is playing his third test here, and Siraj is playing his second.
Hmm.
The problem, the adjustment will mostly have to be done by batters. Top the order, KL Rahul
Batters.
is there to advise them because he's a centurion. He has scored a century last time here. It will be good to see how Karun Nair and the young lot actually adapt to it. But bowling wise, I think we see almost after every over that Bumrah goes to the bowler and advises them something. So bowling wise, we have two guys this time. Batting is something challenging. They will have to see which end they are batting at, and they will have to anticipate the ball. It might come in or it might go away, so just be mindful of that. There will be a lot of balls where you will be stuck on the pads. You'll have to be mindful of that. That's it.
Yeah.
I have like one more
Yeah,
question.
sure.
So the slope is interesting for me. So is the pitch parallel or perpendicular to the slope?
Perpendicular, perpendicular. So pitch is
God.
like this, a
Oh, so does
little
it?
bit, not
So
so much.
sometimes it comes in and
Yeah,
sometimes the
sometimes
ball
it goes
goes
away.
away. So even
Oh,
Ashwin was like saying when he was bowling
Yeah,
spin,
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
the ball was in the line, it would hit the
uh-huh.
stumps, but due to the slope, it would go just miss the bales.
Exactly.
So this
So
happened a lot of
Sachin
times.
in his days might have hydraulic pitches in India just to practice the lords.
Yeah,
Nice,
maybe
nice.
they can
Because
do
I
some.
saw Sachin like a patch of water being there, and he was I don't know what he was practicing, the skid or I don't know. But I thought this is interesting to have that. So I'll just check it after this podcast.
Sure. And sure, what you are saying?
Yeah, I think see overall, I think Gill has played there already
Hmm.
in Lords. Uh, I think Yashasvi is kind of player who does all the homework, and we have seen like how good he is overseas. So I'm not even worried about him. I think, and same goes for Nair. Like I know, like he is struggling and all, but uh, I don't see that much bounce which was happening in this match, and bounce was the bigger issue for Nair. So if he, I think he should also be good. So I don't think like a slope is gonna be the problem unless the English bowler is gonna use it so good, and they have some kind of the over which spell which Stark had in the final in
Hmm.
the first inning. And that time pitch was also helping. It wasn't just the slope. We have seen like how difficult it was to bat in the both first innings and even in the second inning of Australia.
Hmm.
Once that is settled, like we got a Pata wicket, we have seen like this slope was doing nothing. Markram played, Bavuma played, and even I think Michelle Stark had 50. So it's not like that difficult to bet. Obviously, Yashasvi and all these batsmen are better than Stark, to be honest. So one more question I had apart from this:
Yeah.
what do you think about 367 not out? Uh, what's your opinion on
Vian
that?
Mulder. So those who don't know,
Yeah,
Rohan, if you know this or not, the South African captain, newly captain Vian Mulder, just declared on 367. 367 is 369. So
6 or 7. Yeah.
yeah, so and he could have broken Lara's record because this was just like second day lunch time, and he just declared because he's the captain. He can declare anytime. So it was not like someone else's decision. And he said that Lara is supposed to be a legend, and those records should stay with the legends. And he was playing against Zimbabwe, by the way,
Okay,
South Africa and Zimbabwe.
okay.
So what do you guys think? Because I thought he should have broken the record.
Yeah,
Someone
me.
had to.
Yeah.
So
So since I asked, I want to answer last, so you guys can answer first.
yeah, Abhishek, what do you think?
I think he should have broken. I don't buy this nonsense of not breaking record because some legend has it.
Hmm.
I don't like it because would he have said the same thing if it was a WTC final against Australia? No, he
No.
wouldn't. The reason that he said that is because in future someone might say that, "Oh, you broke Lara's record." Oh, but you broke it against Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
That's why.
Oh
That's why.
God.
And that's the only reason. I don't see any other reason. And why he shouldn't have done that is because it was just second day. He could have played for 3 days
Hmm.
easily, right? We knew that Zimbabwe is going to get a follow on and they are going to get folded in 2 days, less than 2 days. So I don't like this. The problem now will be that suppose Shubman Gill is going to approach 400 in a match and he breaks Lara records. People will say, मुल्डर ने देख नहीं तोड़ा था, ये इंडिया वाले ने तोड़ दिया, इनको कोई रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है बड़े
No,
खिलाड़ी
but
का.
India also doesn't play with smaller teams, na. That's also a thing.
हाँ,
So
but
if
I
Gill
I
makes
would
it, then it would be worth it. Like,
exactly I would be against any person who is doing that. It's
hmm.
just nonsense for me.
No, there can be two things. No, ki let's say Shubman breaks the record, and they would say ki, "Arey, that earlier guy would have scored more than Shubman." तो उसी thought में रहते हैं वो rather than
True,
भाई
true,
break कर देता.
true.
And is it a race? मतलब मैं उस एंगल पे जाना नहीं चाहता हूँ. But was it a race thing when he didn't wanted to?
A
क्योंकि
lot of
ऐसा तो रोहित
a lot of
शर्मा
people are
भी बोलता.
saying a lot
नहीं,
of
the
people
thing
are
is,
saying that it was a
बहुत ही
woke thing to do. I don't know, but what he was thinking, but yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
या लाइक उसके स्कोर पर से इतना तो पता चल रहा था बिकॉज ही हिट लाइक 49 फोर्स हु
वही
हिट्स
तो.
दैट बिकॉज दैट कैन ओनली हैपन इफ द कैप्टनसी इज नॉट गुड ऑफ जिम्बाब्वे guys and
Mm.
they just didn't place the field where they need to and he was just hitting the gaps and he just hit like four sixes in 367 you need to hit like at least 10 or plus sixes
10
to reach
6.
there.
Yeah,
So but so it was bad captaincy and it I think maybe in a way hindsight it was good decision because you don't want to exploit someone like that, but fine, it is also
No, but you
big
have
meaning for.
exploited enough, so just few more runs won't do a goodwill
yeah,
to the other team.
exactly.
कि तुमने बेचारों को यार खड़ा ही रखा है धूप में थोड़ा और
500
सही.
would be difficult for Zimbabwe if we go by that logic. You don't need 367.
Hmm.
I personally feel like, see, 400 against any team is difficult, against any situation is difficult. Even
Hmm.
if you don't have any fielder, it's still
It's
400, scoring 400, and he was going with 100 plus strike rate. It wasn't
yeah,
like he took
Yeah,
4 days. Lara's 400 actually costed the team. His
costed the
400
team.
was
It was a draw match.
so actually, he it means like, to be honest, if I have to back Vian Mulder's 400, I would have said that's how you should score 400. That your
Yeah,
team doesn't get affected when you are scoring a 400.
hmm.
Nobody talks about that. I think, I don't know, like maybe South African team and coaching staff would have said, as Rohan mentioned about the race thing, and
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
things there. But what if Tempa Babua was there at 367? Would they have done the same? I mean, this becomes a much bigger issue if this is actually what comes out maybe in Mulder's biography, that somebody has told me to do it and all. But
Yeah,
I think this is stupid, and the rationale is much more stupid. Lara is not, means Lara would have been a great player, but he is a legend because of 400. So Mulder would also become a legend
Yeah,
because of 400.
Also,
It's not like he was a legend because that's why, because Sachin Tendulkar doesn't has 400. So everybody has a path to become a legend, and this was one of the lifetime opportunity for Vian Mulder
yeah.
to make his name.
But also, one thing is like they just won the WTC final. They are the world champions of Test, and they are playing Zimbabwe, and we are playing England, and people are more interested in that match. No one even knew about Zimbabwe and South Africa going on, but when they saw that he was on 350, then everyone was tuning in. Oh, let's see, and then in
mm.
lunch he just declared. So maybe it could have been a talking point. It could have been like
Yeah,
now people will watch other test matches as well. But if they keep doing this, then no one is gonna watch their matches. So I think
Yeah,
maybe he should have made
they
400.
themselves are disrespecting the opponent in
Yeah,
such
in a
a.
way.
So
yeah.
yeah,
want this
exactly.
kind of comments, like kind of walk comment and all those things. There is always somebody who is debating for and debating against. So
Hmm.
there are plenty of things you can throw. But the thing is that in that situation, it wasn't affecting the team, and it actually gave South Africa the world record. And considering the history of Test cricket in South Africa, it's true that they would have won more WTC if it was going on for last 20 years or
Hmm.
so. So I think a South African having 400 was deserving. I think more deserving than a West Indian if I go by that logic, just for the sake of
Mm.
conversation.
But does this series count towards the next WTC cycle because
I
Zimbabwe is
don't
not
think
in it?
so.
No, Zimbabwe is
Zimbabwe
not
is
part
not
of it.
part of those
Yeah,
9 teams who are playing
So maybe
WTC.
then it makes even more sense to declare that, like, oh, why are we playing this? Why you don't want a 400 and non? So there are matches going on out of WTC cycle as well.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes.
So wow.
See, even England New Zealand series in the first cycle was non WTC because
Yeah,
they already had 6 series. I personally don't like this format. I feel like there should be 14 test nations, 7 playing cup model and 7 playing plate model.
Hmm.
And in the cup model also, there should be home and away one test. It shouldn't be like 3 match series, 2 match series.
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever you want to travel, first year you travel the country and play one test there, which should be part of WTC. There can be more than one test as part of series, but one you designate as WTC test, and same happens when you when they visit you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's more
That's
balanced,
fair.
and if there is a situation like Pakistan India, then they can decide on a 2 match neutral series venue.
Yeah,
But
even try series can happen. We discussed
correct.
that last time in
And
Australia.
England gives full crowd even to Australia, South Africa, so they can easily manage India, Pakistan test series there. So, but I think like it will be more fair because many people questioned that how New Zealand reached the final last time and South Africa reached this time. So having a balanced playing 6 4 home and away
yeah.
matches against top 7 teams, and then 8 to 14 playing the same model, and the one at the bottom play plate in the next cycle, and the plate winner comes into the cup.
A
So that way
relegation cycle type.
uh, you have that kind of. So I would like that model.
Yeah, I would even wish for Pakistan to come second so that India Pakistan can play WTC final someday. Because we
Let's
crave for these memories because we know as kids we have seen those matches, Multan tests and all that when India went to Pakistan, played Sehwag 300 runs. Those were iconic moments, and now there is no India Pakistan test series happening.
and we can actually defeat a non-Sena country in the final that way.
Totally. Yeah, because Sena countries are defeating us.
Yeah, they are very difficult. And we have seen like how easily means it wasn't easily, but South Africa actually gave the tough fight and won it. The first 2 finals, even with 1.5 days, or I think almost 2 days of rain, still India lost. So we have a problem playing final in England
Yeah.
against Sena country.
All right.
Who will be scoring the player who will be scoring highest run in this test? We can have that.
Yeah, in that, yeah, maybe Gill would be the highest scorer. I'm just saying. What do you guys think?
I
I
personally
think
think Joe should be because it's already 2 tests and he didn't score much. So Joe Root can be the player with
I
highest
think
score.
so also, actually, for Joe Root.
And Rohan?
I think I have strong intuition about Yashashvi because he is not someone who is just there to chill. And yeah, he'll.
Okay. So, guys, this was the episode of Expert Expats, and thank you so much for viewing. Please do subscribe to the channel, and it helps us promote the podcast even to more audiences. And yes, we will coming back with all the reviews and previews soon, and very regularly we'll be posting. So don't worry, and we'll be posting some other videos on the channel too. So do check them out. Somewhere here I'll link them, and also yeah, let's see who wins, and let's see who has the right prediction for the series of 5 against England. So all the best to Indian team, and let's hope for the best. And I want something like entertaining brand of cricket to be played. So that's what we all want to see as expats. Thank you so much, guys. This is Keyur Pandya signing off from Berlin.